Well. Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. The U.S. dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s, when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing the tradition. From now until after the next elections, the government can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, inflation went up to 9%. Gold is the one asset that has proven to withstand inflation. Invest in gold with Noble Gold Investments. You will also get a 24 karat quarter ounce gold standard coin for free. Go to nobleinvestments.com right now, noblegoldinvestments.com, the only gold company that I trust. And remember, there's a risk always when you're investing, and there are no guarantees of any kind. Bam! Yeah. There we go. What's going on, you mother suckers? Not used to seeing me on a Wednesday, huh? I mentioned this yesterday on my Rumble live stream, but I won't be here this weekend. I will be going up to Clovis to help me mom. So that's why I'll be doing some extra lives this week, like this one today on a Wednesday. Isn't that fun? And what a jam-packed episode it's going to be. I'm Jake. Yeah, man, we're staying cooled off nice here. The weather gods are taking it easy on us. It's only going to be in the upper 90s. I think, let's see, today's supposed to be like 99 or something like that. Let's see. Weather report. Now the weather, brought to you by Jericho Green Enterprises. It looks like 96 today. Only 96? What? Then tomorrow's 93? Oh, man, this is easy work here. Easy. In the mid, I guess the low to upper 90s. Man, this is going to be an easy day. Easy day. I'll tell you how not hot it is. How not hot is it? My daughter's at the park right now with her friends. So the kids are outside. It ain't that damn hot. And there's a construction site near here. So after I'm done, I'm going to take my son and ride his bike over there. Because they got these huge flattened out areas. They got these areas that are like almost like big steps. So you can like jump his bike off them and shit. It's going to be fun. Wish I had a construction site near my house growing up. Authentically Kennedy, it feels like shit there today. It's hot in Clovis too. I think the sun vacations there. When the sun leaves Arizona, it vacations in Clovis and Fresno. I'm pretty sure. Hydrate, people. No matter what the temperature is where you are, it's the summer months and we need to hydrate. Jesse Paulson says, K-Town, Arizona, 108. No fucking thank you. I was right there with you last weekend and the weekend before. We were around we were at the 108 to 112 mark. Ivan Adams, 91 in Ohio, Southern Ohio. Yeah, but you got that humidity there. Humidity fucks everything up. Humidity is like that person coming into the party that always gets too drunk. You're like, oh, fuck, they're here. No good. No good. Let's see, I have one more in here. Did I miss it? Oh, we had another weather report in here from somewhere. Matter of fact, I know we did. Where'd it go? $100 in the Rocky Mountains for JP Irvine. Saltzilla, 6,000 degrees here in Florida. That might be a slight exaggeration, but not too much of one. It ain't no bullshit down there. That Daisy, 105 in Manitoba, Canada. Eh? Yo, hoser, what are you talking about? 105. I don't know shit about Canadian weather. I know it gets cold, but I didn't know you guys had those temperatures up there. Got to be humid though, too, right? 90 in Columbus, Chris Carter. 97 in Cleveland, the old bag. Damn. Again, the humidity. Pretty much anywhere east of fucking Nevada, and the humidity is off the damn charts, at least for our frail California frames, or those west of Nevada, or Nevada and west. It's a dry heat, but the humidity, that changes everything. That switches everything up. You could have it be 90 degrees, and if the humidity is like, 80, 90%, it's unbearable. It's terrible. That's terrible. Oh, man. Sometimes you guys write stuff in here that's hilarious, but it's too inappropriate for me to read here. That's why I'm on Locals on Monday and Rumbles on Tuesday, so we can go over there and say all the fucked up shit we want. Adventures with Stinky, 73 and rain in Central Michigan. Okay. Well, on the cooler side. Raquita Johnson, what's up, gear? Mike Olson, 112 in Vegas today. That's more like it. Like if Satan's opened his butthole and you looked in the center of it, that's Las Vegas right now. No, thank you. Old Sweet Dick Malone, 90 in Boston, home of the trans kitty sex dungeon. I don't know. In California, we have Anthony Weiner. I think he might have a kitty dungeon or two out here. I don't know. Poodle Amy, yes, 112 in Vegas. You can keep that. You can keep all that. Melba Toast, 99 in Macon, Georgia. Again, humidity. My brother got married, I think it was 20 years ago this year, 20 years in August, in Savannah. I got off the plane. I was like, what the fuck happened? And people, that's the first time I saw this. Check this out. It's the first time I walked into a store, and you're walking past all these cars with nobody in them, like most parking lots, but their engines are running. I'm like, man, you guys must be really trusting here in Savannah to have your engines running and no one's in your car. Come to find out, the reason they have their engines running is so the AC can stay going, and so it's not hot enough to bake a fucking cake in their car when they come back. I was like, damn. Damn. It's so hot that you leave your cars running. I was like, man, get out of here. Kimberly Serrano. Greetings from Vacaville. Vacaville, that's where do they still have the prison there? That's where they have all the prisoners who are struggling with mental issues. Clishawn Montauk, 15 degrees here in Birmingham, UK, and raining like a motherfucker. 15, of course, that's Celsius. We don't do Celsius here in America. I couldn't tell you. I think it was my boy Gabe or something. It was like, him and Dean Kane were talking about the weather overseas, and they said it's double it. So Celsius to Fahrenheit is you double it and add 33, I believe, is the formula. So if it's 12 degrees there, you double it, that's 24, and add 33. So 24 and 30 is 54, plus 3 would be 57. Right? Is that it? Double it, 24, add 33. 24 plus 30 is 54, add the 3, 57. Is that right? Somebody tell me. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves correct, that was the formula. DJ John T, 16 here in Sweden. Yeah, again, it's that damn Celsius. We don't do the Celsius here. We do the Fahrenheit. Moto says you Google it because we don't do math no more. Yeah, it's racist. Fucking racist. Faithless says Fahrenheit is far more precise. Yeah, I think, if that's the case, then it's 57 degrees over there. That's like balmy. That's overcast. That's June, where I used to live in the 831 in the Monterey County area. That's June. June gloom. 55 to 65. Overcast. It's sad. Wet work fit. There's heaven. White Run Guard, thank you. And we have a members only live stream coming up. First Friday of every month is a members only live stream. So if you want to be part of that, then damn it, do it. If you have an iPhone or some shit, you can do it when you go to, if you go to do a super chat or something. If not, go to my page and you'll see up there a little community about videos and all that shit. You'll see memberships. You clickety clack, like Monica Foster, like Oscar Gonzalez. Oh, I see somebody's already decided to be generous. Of course, my man Brendan Gerzlak, he loves it. Shout out to your mom too. She was up in here one time. Shout out to Mama Gerzlak. Thank you, Brendan. For the Hamilton, he says, since this is a viewer-funded platform, that technically means I'm a producer for you. But don't worry, I will interrupt you like your regular producer. That happens. If you've been hanging out with me long enough, you know that sometimes my producer would get in my ear if I say something wrong. So thank you for not doing that, Brendan. And it is a viewer-funded platform. So if you are a viewer and you want to fund it, then get on it. There's no plan B. There's no if this doesn't work, I'm going to do that. There's no going back to the rat race. This is it. That's that. Like one time in band camp, I was talking about J6, right? January. That's what the J stands for. But my producer got in my ear and said, no. Biden just said it was July 6th. So it's things like that. They'll get him and be like, hey, hold on, you're wrong. It's actually this. And I'm usually like, wait a minute, what? I thought it was January. And they're like, nah, he just came across the wire and said that it's July 6th. So any of you who were thinking it was January, you're wrong. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby. Appreciate the Hamilton. Of course, anytime, man, anytime. AOC, or as I call her, Loco Cortez, your motherfucks, her womb is so polluted. Check out my fucking baby, man. Never. I've tried it over and over. Never gets old. Love that shit. Leonard S., thank you. Leonard S., appreciate it. Says, looks like Brandon and Hunty going to share a prison cell. I don't know. I was reading bits and pieces about that. I was going to talk about it tomorrow because I really need time to dive deep and read some articles, hear some video and shit, find out what's going on. But wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? What if you woke up in the morning? What if you woke up in the morning and across your screen, breaking news, Hunter and or either one and or Sloppy Joe are looking at prison time? Man, we're talking 8 or 9 years old Christmas morning happiness. We're talking like 13, 14, 15-year-old last day of school happiness. We're talking junior high, high school, first day of school, clean ass outfit happiness. We're talking last payment on the car note, last mortgage payment happiness. You don't have to pull out happiness, fellas. That's the level of joy that I would feel. Now, I don't know if you look at me and think, oh, yeah, that dude, he likes to skip. But I would be skipping down the street of Whistling Dixie if I woke up one morning to hear that one of those rat fucks was going to jail. Oh, that live stream that day, and I'd have to do one that day. I'd have to live stream laying on the floor. I'd have to lay down because the joy would be so overwhelming that I don't want to stand up and then pass out. So I'd have to do that live stream laying on the floor for safety's sake. If one of those crooked sons of bitch, if that crack smoking son of a bitch, if that child sniffing piece of shit, and that could go for either one of them, we're going to get locked up in the clink. You're going to go to the booty house. Oh, fucking teasing me like that, Leonard. You know what? Thank you, Authentically Kenny. I appreciate that. Mum to be. Jericho, did you see Mitch McConnell's Biden malfunction? Very sad, but also retire already. I did see that. I put in the comments, what the fuck is up with Mitch McConnell? I mean, he was like, that's what he did. Like somebody you ever hit restart on your phone? Like somebody pulled his cartridge out, went and put it back in. Because if you played Nintendo, if you took the cartridge out, like the screen freezes, and you take the cartridge out, that image still stays on the screen. I don't know what happened. Somebody took his cartridge out. But Mitch McConnell, we give Biden shit, and rightfully so, because he's a decrepit old piece of a dog do. But check this out. I think he's like way older than Biden. Let's see. Oh no, he's 81, so he's the same age. I thought he was older. Fucking looks older. I wonder how many, like, could he go like a week or so, like a camel? You know, camels, they're fat, their humps are made of fat, and there's fat reserves. So, if they're going without food or water, they can pull from their humps, their lovely lady humps. They can pull, nutrients from that. So, like Mitch McConnell, Mitch McConnell, those things are swinging around. How long could he go without sustenance and just live off of the contents of his jowls? I'm guessing like 2 weeks. So we got hit like with an EMP. Mitch McConnell, I'm not worried. I'm Mitch McConnell. You see my neck, I'll live forever. But yeah, we're going to talk about that. He was paused for a second. Nancy Anderson, thank you, miss. She says Hunter's pop would just pardon him. I think that should be classified as a conflict of interest. Of course he would. Of course he would. Yeah, he's the smartest person I know. You need to know more people. Because if the smartest person you know is a crackhead, you need to surround yourself with better people. Shit. My man, Mr. Comic 2009, thank you. He said, what's up, horn dog ops? I mean, home dog. Hey, I've been called a horn dog before too. And I'm sure I will be called one again if I'm doing things right. Yeah, Mitch McConnell. I think we'll kick it off with him. Why not? Why not see what the fuck is going on with this cat? So, another thing we're going to talk about. Kaepernick. He has a video. I guess he put out on his Instagram like a training video or some shit like that, where he gets all these A-list football players, receivers, and running backs, and he's throwing passes to them. It's so they're like, oh man, he still has it. He has a cannon for an arm. He has zip on it. Get the fuck out of here. It's so stupid. I've never seen a slave beg to get back on the plantation. You ever seen that? We've all seen movies where, slaves, they run away, they beg and plead for their freedom. It has to be, decreed from the federal government that they're free and all this kind of stuff. But I've never seen anybody break back into the plantation. I've never seen that. I've never seen anybody, like it'll be, some kind of heist movie, and they got a flashlight. Maybe they're holding a flashlight in their teeth if they're going solo. And they got the, the things of lock picking tools you all see. They take it out like it's a little wallet with the tools in it. And clickety clacking around, and then boom, the door opens. Usually they're trying to break in to steal something, jewels, files, get some pictures or something like that. But you've never seen anybody breaking back into the plantation. Like, you're free, but you're breaking back in. And like, you wake up, sir, please, boss, take me back on the plantation, sir, please. I want to be whipped. I want to work my fingers to the bone, sir. You ever see anybody do that? You ever see anybody beg to be a slave again? You ever see somebody take the yoke, I guess you would call it, and put the yoke back on their neck? Ever seen anybody, over here, and put the shackles on their ankles on purpose? I've never seen that. I've seen slaves taken from their homeland and insert country here. I know we've been conditioned by the left to think it was only in Africa, but everywhere, Chinese, white, European, it don't fucking matter. The farthest reaches of the earth, somebody was a slave. So we've seen that. We've seen them stolen and screaming, and to the victors go the spoils. You have a war with a neighboring village, take their shit, and their shit might include some people. We've seen that. But have you ever seen a slave get in a boat and row their way back to slavery? I've never seen that until today, because that's what Colin Kaepernick's doing if he wants to go back to the NFL, because the NFL is what? It's a with slave masters and slaves on it. Remember his little Netflix special? He depicted the NFL officials, coaches and GMs and all that, as slave masters who were buying slaves. He had the NFL players up on auction blocks with the torn, tattered pants and the shackles on. So you're trying to get back into slavery. Mind blown. No, that's a different kind of, okay. Because of mind blown, that's what I'm thinking. Mind, and then, but that's a different kind of mind blown. But you know what I mean? Big Hoss might be getting short on money. I don't know. If you're getting short on money, all the millions you got from Nike and the millions you got from the NFL when you sued them, you're running out of money, you're a jackass. But we'll get into that. I'll show you the video and stuff. I'll check the pulse of the comment section. We'll talk about it. But I've never seen anybody go back on the plantation. That's weird. Like, he's in a cat burglar's outfit, with the knit cap and all, dressed in all black, and he's hopping the fence into the plantation. Weird. Putin gets it. Jericho, how could you say that? He's a dictator. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, okay? And this one, he got it right. He dealt a blow to the Ku Klux Klans. And anytime you do that, you're all right with me. Brian King B, what up, man? What up, man? Man, come on, man. And there's this female boxing champ. Her name's Ebony Bridges. And she refuses to fight the Ku Klux Klans. What? You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't refuse them anything. Even if they want to touch you, on you or in you, you got to let them, because they're Ku Klux Klans and they're better than you. Remember that. So far, Ku Klux Klans, Alphabet Soup Group, and illegals are all better than you. That's what they're saying. I don't fucking know. Don't blame me. And then, are the X-Files real? You see the thumbnail. What's going on here? We're having congressional hearings about. Wait a minute. I thought all this was relegated to Art Bell and shit, and then weird ass people calling into the show in the middle of the night. Let me tell you something. Have you ever up late at night, 1 a.m, 2 a.m, or you're driving late at night after midnight? Basically, is what I'm saying. What I'm telling you, coast to coast. If you're up after midnight, especially if you're driving, I used to catch it when I would work 4 to midnight. I would listen to it on my commute home. I had like a 20-30 minute commute home. It was the best. get in my car, drive down the highway, and listen to these fucking people. Oh my goodness. But you want to hear some wild shit? I'm talking people who believe that they were abducted by aliens and all this crazy shit. Listen to that. Coast to Coast. That's what it's called. Oh my goodness. Oh man. You ain't never heard nothing like that before in your life. Art Bell Ghost Stories. Thank you, Oscar. You ain't heard nothing like that in your life. So that's what I thought it was. That's all I thought that was. I thought that was the ceiling. They came down. Me and my cousin, we were sitting on the roof of my car eating Chef Boyardee raviolis, and the aliens came down and sucked us up inside their shit, man. Next thing you know, I'm laying on my stomach, and them aliens are probing all in my asshole. That's what we thought it was. It's no aliens. We're the only ones here. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen them by now. Everybody has a cell phone. Somebody would have caught it. Well, people are catching it. You got that shit in Las Vegas. Yeah, I just saw one the other day. Somebody with a big ass green ball of light in the sky. And if that is the military, then why are they doing shit like that, like out in the open? People are filming this. Y'all don't give a fuck anymore? You're just doing the military test out at 8 o'clock at night? Well, what is it? What is it? What's going on here? They're talking about this shit in an official capacity. Careless, Kamala Harris is an alien. You wouldn't even get close to surprising me if she just unzipped her skin and stepped out of it. Like that would be her native tongue. I'd be like, of course. Was this supposed to shock me that she's from another planet? Of course she is. We don't make humans like that. That's not a human. Of course it's an alien. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Wouldn't surprise me at all. Telling you. What is going on here? Things aren't the way we thought they were. Steve Campbell, Nancy Pelosi, of course. If she just unzipped those big ass liver spotted titties, I'd be like, of course, whatever she'd sound like. But I don't know, Steve, because I pegged her as a gargoyle. Like she's more of an ancient beast. She's more like an ancient winged beast. Jose, times 3. The Navy pilots are very credible. I believe them. Me too. That's another thing. You got the footage from their jets. They're up there flying around and shit. They see stuff too. But I think Nancy Pelosi, she's more of like an ancient, like she's been buried underground. And then somehow there was a shift in the tectonic plates and she was released. And she just came flying out of a huge chasm. That's what I think. Exactly, Careless. She's a dinosaur. That bitch has been here for millions of years. I'm surprised she's not oil by now. But no other planet would release that upon us. We made that ourselves. That came from here. And I think she drinks the vodka to keep her in human form. And I use that word human loosely, but I guess it keeps her in her human body. Because if you stop the vodka, there's something in the vodka that keeps her natural form at bay. Because if she stops drinking the vodka, then she's going to turn back into a dinosaur. Brian can be a Pelosaurus. Yeah, she's one of those. She's like a pterodactyl. She's in that family. She's a winged beast. Anyway, enough of that sick, nasty woman. Okay, so what were we going to start with? Oh, McConnell. We're going to start with Mitch McConnell. What's my evidence? Google Nancy Pelosi speaks. That's my evidence. Ivan Adams, vodka, laughing my ass off. You mean children's blood? No, that's only on full moons where she mixes it with the blood of some missing child. She only does that on full moons or what do you call the blood moon? There you go, perfect. She does it on the blood moon. And you'll notice on the blood moons, the streets of Washington, D.C. are empty. They take in the homeless. If you're on the streets, you're fair game. And people are just, come on, motherfuckers, I'm working. And you'll hear in the distance, like you'll know it's coming. Run, Johnny. We're getting the house. Remember, in the beginning of Lost Boys, like the vampires were flying over the parking lot and they picked up that security guard. That's what it's like. If you're not inside of a structure or something like that, she'll pick you up with her talons, with her claws. She'll pick you up and carry you into the night. So anyway, Mitch, you old bitch. What happened to you, man? What happened? What happened, dog? He was buffering. Mitch McConnell was buffering in real life. How do you buffer? Like we've seen it on computer screens and your phone and shit like that. The video is buffering. But I've never seen a human buffer. I've never seen Sloppy Joe buffer. Again, you tell me, damn it. You tell me what the fuck I'm looking at. That's why I come to you guys with all this crazy shit. Is it just me? What happened? What happened? I mean, he said, yeah, boom, 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 boom. You know that that sound you make? Boom, 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 boom. Like the computer makes when it's shutting down. You hold down the power button. Okay. Here we go. Hold on. Here's my disclaimer. Okay. Okay, you motherfucker. Here's my disclaimer. Now, of course, under normal circumstances, would you or anybody else be sitting here making fun of an elderly person struggling? Heidi Booth, what's up, girl? Would you make fun of an elderly person who is struggling, whether to speak, walk, stand upright, stop on a bike, all those things? Would you? No, of course not. Why? Because you're not a monster. You'd feel bad for him. You'd have empathy. You'd want to help him, right? Oh, that poor old man. You feel bad for him. Let me help you cross the street, you old motherfucker, huh? Right? But these aren't regular old people. These are elected officials. These are public figures. So you are putting yourself out in the public forum. You're putting yourself out in the public square to be judged by all. It's just like athletes. If you're out on the field, you can't have an excuse. Oh, I was hurt. This hurts. I'm injured. No. You're out there. You're suited up, unless you're Fetterman. He doesn't do suits. But you're suited up, and you're out there on the field. So I expect you to play. And I also expect you to take the same ridicule that anybody else would. Somebody who's not old as fuck. Someone who we're not watching break down live in 1080p. So you don't get the poor old man. Oh, man, that sucks. Poor old guy. You don't get that. Because you keep forcing yourself and you keep running for re-election. This is what you want. You wanted this. This is what you want. You're opening yourself up to this by being a public figure. So I don't want to hear shit. So that being said, here we go. Mitch McConnell buffering in real time. Holy shit. Where else in the world do they have politicians like this?
Cooperation and a string of
Mitch. 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 What the? You see how homeboy walked up behind him in case he was about to fucking pass out?
You want to say anything else to the press?
Oh, see? Homeboy was having a fucking stroke. No bullshit, guys. That was a little bit sad. I hadn't seen it. I had seen little clips and shit going through my Instagram feed, but I hadn't seen the whole thing. That's a little bit sad, if we're being honest. Holy shit. He was mid-sentence and he just froze. And if you weren't such a rhino bitch, people would have more sympathy for you. But you're not. You're over there with Sloppy Joe, propping up all the dumb shit he wants to do. So we're all out of sympathy. We won't have any of that for you, Mitch. You need to step down. But will he? No, he doesn't have to. All he has to do is say, "Oh, look at Sloppy Joe. Oh, he can't navigate a set of stairs. You're gonna make me quit? Oh, look at John Fetterman. At least I'm wearing a suit. I'm Mitch McConnell." So are they gonna make him step down? No. He'll be fine. He could take off a few months, just like Fetterneck. Get your ducks in a row, huh? Take your time. Take your time, Mitch. Because we kept Fetterneck's seat open for 3 months. So take your time. You don't need to step down, even though you just had a mental break in front of us. Something happened in his brain. Something happened in his brain. Obviously, look, this is sad, man. Holy hell, this is sad. I didn't realize it was going to be this damn sad.
bipartisan cooperation and a string of
are you the man who racked the buffet at the Herald Club this morning? That poor old man is probably having a stroke. Look at that 1,000-yard stare. We got any medical professionals in here? Tammy A, nurses. What do you guys see? What does the trained eye see? Somewhere he was like, what the fuck?
Okay, Mitch. Anything else you want to say? Or should we just go back to your office? Do you want to say anything else to the press?
Is there anything else you want to say? Or you want to go back to your office? Okay. Look at that. Look at that feeble old man. You should not be in politics, bruh. They need to sweep Washington, D.C. and take all you old motherfuckers out of here. You, Pelosi, Biden, 80 and up. I think the cutoff should be 70. Once you hit 70 years old, that's it. If you hit 70 years old while you're in the middle of your term, you can finish your term, but that's it. You can't even run for office if you're over 70. But if you run at 68 and you win, hey, all right, you could stay. But after that, you're done. There's no second term. And that really sucks for all the spry, young at heart, can still do the job type politicians out there. But we can't risk having this anymore. Why would you want to? Why would you want to be in politics, keeping up that schedule in your 80s? Why would you want to do that? Don't you want to be hanging out with your great grandkids and shit, fly fishing or something? Pelosi, 83. Biden 80, McConnell 81, Chuck Schumer 72, George Soros is 92, Klaus Schwab is puts the lotion. He's 85. Maxine Waters is 84. What's up with all these geriatric politicians? This should be a young man and woman's game. 70, that's it. I'm setting the ceiling at 70. Am I an ageist? I don't know. Say what you will. But that's what I think. Bull God says 70 is the new 60. That reminds me, what was that Kid Rock song? That was a good album. I think that's off his Ba with the Ba album. Aaron M., I think Hunter should run 2024. I don't know. He'd probably have to go against Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom and Barack's boyfriend. Michelle Obama. Yeah, Solomon Gray. I agree, JG. If the U.S. calls retirement age of 65 or 68, then maybe that's when it should always be. Turn retirement age in your term. You can finish it out, but no more. Yeah. I think that's fair. And really, I'm looking out for us. And not saying that 70 and over, you too old to be doing shit and blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm saying. But we need young, vibrant people in our office to execute our game plan with new, fresh ideas. Also, along with the age limit, are term limits. This will keep them from getting comfortable and complacent and making these alliances with these other countries and these lobbyists and these other fucked up groups. You don't have the time. You're not going to be a perennial senator. You're not going to be there until you die. You got 2 terms, motherfucker. You out of here. So that would stop a lot of the corruption. Queen Bee's Art Hive, she says, I am. Are you 7? You ain't 70 and over, are you? You don't look it in your picture. But we should couple that age limit with term limits. That will help to curtail the corruption. It's not going to stop it. These are humans we're talking about here. We're going to find a way to do something fucked up for sure. But it'll help. Ooh, good point, Kennedy. They're going to free Derek Chauvin right around election time. BLM, you know, these comments are active. BLM will reignite. Michelle Obama will step up and say he's, I'm not correcting that because it is correct. He's the only person that can reunite us, and the left will turn out to vote big. That is a possible and scary scenario because remember, it just has to be emotional and repetitious. Michelle Obama will come out. I can unite us. She's a woman of color. And all those stupid ass view watching housewife bitches will vote for her. A twofer. You get to vote for another lady, and I get to scratch my leftist itch because I helped a colored person today. I helped a Negro. Girls, this Friday we're going to have another I helped a Negro meeting. Ooh, what'd you do today? I voted for Michelle Obama. What'd you do? Queen Bee's Art Hive. No, I'm 48. Didn't come out right. Yeah, I didn't think you're looking 70 plus. You know what I mean. Come on, girls. Friday at my house, 6 p.m. for another I helped a Negro meeting. We're all going to get in a circle. And we're going to pat each other on the back because we helped a Negro. We helped him. I voted for Obama. I donated to the United Negro College Fund. I got on a social media platform and I went to bat for the Negro because they can't do it themselves. They're not even on the internet. They're not even on the internet. They can't. They don't have computers. And even if they did, they'd probably just smell it because they wouldn't know how to open it. And they can't get IDs. Those poor things. That's why we have to keep coming here every Friday at 6 p.m. for the I Help the Negro meeting so we can get more ladies to help the Negro because they can't help themselves. Look at them. Little helpless things. They're almost like children. No. Hey, wait. Shh, quiet. Because black people are the Fabergé eggs of ethnicities. White gloves, hey, right here, look at me. White gloves, very gentle. Shh. Don't, hey, quiet. The Negroes here. You have to help them. You have a 5-year-old, right? Same thing. Same mentality. It's not their fault. Shh, stop it. It's not their fault because of slavery. No, they weren't here for it, but it's not their fault. Yeah, I know you right wing, you far right winger. Of course, every single country on every continent, every group in every village in every corner of the fucking world, they were slaves, but it's different for the Negroes. So they get Michelle in there with that huge muscular back, and she's running. I can scratch 2 itches. Can you imagine the party we're going to have at the Friday night Help a Negro meeting if Michelle Obama gets in office? Perfect. You know what? You know what? If Michelle Obama is the president, then that would make Barack Obama the first gentleman, right? And he can finally, I can be me. I can settle into my first lady role. Finally, fabulous. Don't call me Barack, call me B. Call me Queen B. I am the first lady. But anyway, poor Mitch, huh? What happened? That was a fucking episode. Something happened. A blood clot broke free. What is that? I'm gonna have to call my mom. I'm gonna call my mama. She's a nurse for years. I should send her that clip. Should send her that clip and see what she thinks. What does the trained eye see in that video? He didn't even blink. Queen Bee's art hive. She spit her drink across the room. I'm not buying you a new drink, Queen Bee's art hive. You know how it gets in here. You know how I be. That's crazy. As I mentioned, that was a little sad to watch. We are still human. Man. Okay, Morning Phoenix, blood glucose drop. Could be. But if that's a concern, shouldn't he be taking a step back from the public eye? Because 80 years, what the hell has an 80-year warranty and still works like the day it came off the assembly line? Nothing. Everything needs maintenance. Everything breaks down. Everything deteriorates. Win 78, Parkinson's, could be. Julie Strom says, I used to really like her. You said her. So are you talking about Michelle Obama? And if you did, I'm not going to talk shit because you did like her. Whatever. That was all before, shit really got crazy, before we knew what kind of president he was going to be. And you know who I don't fault? Well, I fault them, but I give them a little more leeway. Are people, black folks in my mom's generation, because they come from a generation where that shit wasn't going to happen. They lived in when America really was racist, whether they were under Jim Crow or not. My mom grew up in Baltimore, so she didn't deal with that. But whatever. They come from a time where that was simply unheard of, and it wasn't going to happen, and it didn't happen. But my mom didn't vote for Obama, though, so it's not a complete excuse. I'm just saying I'm more understanding to that demographic is what I mean. Young people who got caught up in that, not so much, but people in my mom's age group, she was born in 55, so the baby boomers. I give them a little more wiggle room, a little more margin for error. So, no, Kennedy, my mom is red all day. My mom don't play that shit. Never has, never will. My mom's always been conservative, at least ever since I was born. Yeah, she served in the military, the whole nine. She thinks Gavin Newsom's a piece of shit. She didn't like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, aside from Gavin Newsom, he's the worst governor we've ever had. What a fucking mistake that was. Tell me that election wasn't a popularity contest. I'm going to be the governor of California. I can't even say it properly. California. That fucking idiot. That Austrian bitch. So, Mitch McConnell, I think we'll get more info tomorrow, after, maybe, does he get, if he, people in the medical field weigh in on this, a little more information will come out about it. Kennedy says, but your brother votes blue. I think you mentioned before how that happened. I don't think he doesn't vote blue just because. He's an intelligent Democrat. He's served in two branches of the military, Army and the Air Force, Air National Guard, Army National Guard, all that shit. So he's not, a granola-headed dirt fucker by any means, but he's definitely not a conservative. I'll say that. We definitely go back and forth about certain things, but I often learn from him. Exactly, Jeff Stitt. Screw your freedoms. That's what Arnold said when it came to people wearing masks and all that bullshit. So you can eat an Austrian dick for all I care, Arnold. If he was like, I'm going back home to Austria, I'd be like, see ya. Where do we meet you at? What dock are you leaving from, or what airport are you leaving from, so we can sit there and wave goodbye, you piece of shit, like we would care. More generous folk. You show me love, I show you love. New girl. I think that's literal. You are new. I don't think I've ever seen you in here before. Welcome. Thank you. Jericho, did you catch anything about Godzilla versus King Kong? It's my only bright spot coming out of Hollywood. I didn't hear anything about it. I've heard a lot of bad shit about Barbie, but I haven't heard anything about Godzilla versus King Kong or Godzilla. Yeah. Well, didn't they already come out with the Godzilla versus King Kong? Did whoever lose, they're still alive or some shit? I don't know. I'd much rather watch that void of, leftist bullshit and lecturing than all the other shit coming out of Hollywood. But thank you, miss. White Run Guard, thank you. Thank you for the $5. I wonder what aliens think of our grandpa in chief. Judging off of Biden, they probably think there's no intelligent life here. If they're basing it off of him, then that's the reason we haven't been invaded yet. Because they were like, we do not want to get involved with a bunch of oatmeal brain dumbasses down there. Wait till they smarten up. If they're judging it off of him, then yeah, I think that's the only reason why we haven't been taken over. And what a poor representation he is. Thank you, Leonard S. George Norrie. That's right. He's the host of Coast to Coast. He was saying from the beginning that the sweet and sour sniffles were started in the Wuhan lab. That's true. It's TWU. It's TWU. It's TWU. And we all know that. They got their stupid degrees and they're in all these, these acronyms, the WHO and the WEF and all that bullshit. But we know better. What you thought in the beginning, you were right. We were all right. We knew that was some bullshit. Wetworks 57, thank you for the Hamilton, sir. These politicians should be required to take a cognitive test or retire. McConnell, Feinstein, Biden, and others. Yeah. Would they even make it through the whole test? I bet you the test giver would just halfway through be like, never mind. I'm not finished. You already failed. You're the first human being to not complete a test and fail halfway through. Even if you got every other question or whatever right, you still fail. Get out of here. I'm all for it. And I don't think Why would anybody have a problem with that? Why would anybody have a problem with any kind of vetting system to make sure we have the best and the brightest? Who would be against that? You know who. Silverback. Thank you for the Hamilton. Time for McConnell to pay Sharon to cross the river Styx. LOL. MFer basically died on that podium. Yeah, man. We watched Mitch McConnell change. We watched Mitch McConnell change forever. His brain is no longer the same, and we saw that shit in real time. Gio Bello. Thank you for the 50, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's rare that you witness a moment where somebody changes, where that light either goes on or that light goes off or that light gets dim. It's rare that we get to see those moments. And we saw it. Joe Mello, my man. Thank you very much. He says, hey, Jericho and chat. I work at a food bank, and we throw away so much food because of regulations and the food crisis is manufactured. Yeah. If that's the case, where there's a food crisis, then the food banks should be empty because people would be rushing to get there and get food. And if people need food, if it's to the point where you're at a food bank, I think maybe you could loosen up some of those regulations to make sure as many people get as much good food as possible. I mean, that's one good thing that came out of the sweet and sour sniffles. If you are paying attention, you see things differently. You've woken up to a lot of the bullshit, and you realize that a lot of the shit is manufactured. It is made up, and more importantly, you realize their capacity for our death and destruction. They have the stomach to sit there and watch us be destroyed. They have no problems with it because they don't view us as human. We're science projects. We're pieces to be moved around and exploited and whatever else they want to do. We're not human to them. It's easy to do terrible things to somebody you see as subhuman or not human. And that's just how it is. Maybe it was like that from the beginning. Maybe they've all been twisted evil fucks. But I like to think there was a time where there was a level of purity to it, and there was some integrity, and they really were there for us. But those days are gone. Thank you, Careless. We went from the founding fathers being in their 20s to Glitch Mitch being 115. Oh, we've fallen from grace. We have fallen. We used to have tough people as politicians, people who had been through some shit, people who had been through the private sector, people who have had to sacrifice, people who had to make something from nothing, who had families that they fought for and worked for. But now you have somebody like Biden who's been in office, if you ask him, for 720 years, but I think it's been more like 50 or so, who have never had a job in the private sector. Never. So how can you understand us? Even if you don't understand us, you're not going to empathize with us. You're not going to see us as your equal. You have people who've been in politics for decades, who've never been in the private sector, telling people who all they've known is the private sector, how they should behave in the private sector and what they should be happy with. We had war heroes. We had men who built shit, who started businesses, who ran businesses, or who used to just be a regular motherfucker. Not anymore. Now you got to come from this school, this Ivy League skull and bones fucking society and shit. You got to cut your palm and drink your own blood, or even worse, they cut their palm and you drink their blood. All kinds of sick shit. Maybe I'm just tripping. Mr. Comic 2009, thank you. He says, do you think maybe Sweet and Sour Sniffles was released on purpose in an attempt to kill the American workers in the economy? I think that's the word you meant. For sure. They once you have their capacity for evil, yes. Fuck us. Who fucking cares? We're not even human, right? Remember? They don't give a shit. Bam Bam Bigelow says, nobody starves in America. I believe that. Our homeless have diabetes. So come on. I've seen homeless people laying up against their bag of filthy shit with a laptop. So there. Our poor have more than one TV. How poor are you if you got a TV? That means you have you have other things your resources can go to other than your food. So it must not really be an issue for you. Who's really starving? You know who's really starving in America? Are children of abusive, evil parents. Those are the only people who are starving. These stories you hear about when they go into this home where there was a foster family, or I remember one high profile one when I was a kid about this foster family had like 7 or 8 kids, and the kids were eating the banister. They were chewing, they were gnawing on the banister. They were eating the furniture. Those are the only people who starve in this country, are children who are under the care of fucking evil goblins. That's who. And they all need to be garroted. If you don't know what a garrote is, look that up and tell me that's not a beautiful way for them to kick their oxygen addiction. Foot on the back of the head. Yeah. Garroted out. Because if you do that to a child, and especially in a country like this where we have 24-hour, we obesity is an epidemic in this country, and your fucking kids are starving. Your children are emaciated to the point where the school gets involved. Those are the only people starving in America, are the children of fucked up parents. And that's a shame. Those people should be made to starve to death. If you starve your child, you need to be starved to death. I'm talking CCF, Sally Struthers, 70 cents a day, starved to death. Username, I'm usually right there with you. You know I am Team Wood Chipper. But not this time. Not this time. Now, this time, this needs to be more drawn out. This needs to be for, how long does it take to starve somebody to death? Weeks? A month? Whatever. It don't matter. It don't matter. The longer, the better. Sean RH says, when I was a child, I often had to eat rye bread with raw onions for weeks. Now I could eat caviar all day. Well, I'm glad to hear that you've made it to the other end of the spectrum, and that's totally fucked up. Were you raised here in America? Sean? Sean! Sean! Were you raised here in America? I'd really like to know. New girl, I like it. Yeah, in Germany. Okay. Well, that's fucked up, man. And I'm glad you're of the caviar level today. But, Germany, that's a westernized country. I imagine there's an abundance. I imagine you guys got fucking McDonald's and shit over there too, right? Like, what the hell? Born in Long Beach, born in the LBC. But in America especially, which I'm an expert on, having been born and raised here, you do that, you starve your child? Again, like I've said a few times before, people, do not let me become the king of America. Don't let me become King Jericho, dictator of the United States of America, because people like that are going to pay a hefty price. You're going to pay a hefty price. Heather, she says, I never know when you're having it live. So normally, Heather, if you're talking about YouTube specifically, I usually do it on Fridays, but I'm not going to be here Friday or Saturday, so I'm doing it today and tomorrow. But normally, if you're just looking for the YouTube lives, it's on Friday. Mondays, I'm on Locals, and Tuesdays, I'm on Rumble. So take that, Heather. Yeah, man, that's just totally fucked up to starve your children, especially in a country like America that just, it's more than abundance. It's an overabundance. And the garrote is what I got for you if you do that shit to a child. That is fucking horrible. Okay. You guys ready to laugh and poke fun at a jackass? Okay. Sweet Mama G, yes, stop the fuckery. We'll be going down mañana. Because I don't leave until Friday. So, yes. There will be a stop the fuckery tomorrow. So let's see if I can find this piece in chat. What a jackass. The afro and his fucking profile pic. Man, who the fuck are you, Angela Davis? Get the fuck out of here. What a delusional piece of shit he is. Fucking Davis or some shit. Man, cut your fucking hair, you idiot. Afro. Stop. Okay. So I will. Don't worry, Faithless. I'm going to share the screen. I'm just doing a quick little preview to make sure there weren't no ads or no dumb shit like that. And to make sure it's the video that I wanted. Oh, Kaep. You just won't shut the fuck up, will you? You won't. And Angela Davis, wasn't she the one who found out that her ancestors were one of the original colonizers of America? That's what you get. Look at this fucking idiot. Stop. Millionaires should never, you're not revolutionaries if you're a millionaire. And what's the revolution about? But here we go. Kaep in his workout video.
Man, he looks great. Looks good. Arm looks strong. He got a rocket of an arm. Look at that, man. He got about a good 6 years left.
Oh, what?
The arm's still intact. Strong arm. D-ball's very nice. And he's still capped, man. Still got it to him.
Oh, shit. Hold on. It's not what I meant to do. But I did want to stop it for a second. First of all, he's about to, you can see right there, Kaep got a real rocket for an arm. That's all he's ever had. I'm a 49er fan. I've been following the Niners since 1984. I remember when this jackass came to the team. That's all he has is a rocket for an arm. He's a one-trick pony. That's why the NFL figured his ass out after the 2012 season. And he hasn't been in the NFL for 6 years. If you were so good, Kaep, somebody would have picked you up, but you're more of a cancer than a quarterback. Fuck out of here. Hold on. What am I missing here?
That was out there throwing darts. See it look smooth. Says it was a great day.
That's all he has is a rocket for an arm. So what's this supposed to do? Is this supposed to get the attention of NFL teams and they finally say, oh man, Cap, you put together a highlight reel or a mid-light reel. Now we'll take you. Well, all you had to do is put together this clip. What were we thinking? Get the fuck out of here. Kaepernick is trying to break into the plantation. It's never been done before. You've never seen an escaped slave say, you know what? Let me get back over there. Let me get back over there to the torture. That sounds great. That sounds like fun. Hold on a second. This is great. And this might get copyrighted, but I don't give a fuck. I got to make this point. So let's see. Putting in those words. There we go. It worked. It worked. What a bitch. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. No. This is so stupid. So this is what he said. What was that? 2 years ago? When his little Netflix special came out. This is how he saw it.
What's being established is a power dynamic.
Ooh, look at that face. Look at that Arab looking face.
Before they put you on the field, teams poke, prod, and examine you.
Yeah, because you're a fucking investment. And if you're high enough in the draft order, you're a multi-million-dollar investment. So yeah, you're going to get poked. You're going to get prodded. You're going to get examined. And don't forget, this is a process that he gladly went through and wants to go through again.
Searching for any defect that might affect your performance. No boundary respected. No dignity left intact.
Then find a different job. Yeah, come over here, boy. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, look at this. Look at this Negro here.
Look at that shape there.
This is what he thinks of the NFL. But he just put a highlight reel together to get back into the NFL.
Look at this. Mr. Farm, I got your bid. 30, James, 30 to you. 100. So, next one coming up, best one we got.
So, fellas, when you were boys and you were dreaming of being a professional athlete, maybe the NFL, like in Colin Kaepernick's case, is this what you dreamed about? This is what you fantasized about, the NFL? Is this what you thought the NFL would be like? You laid in your bed and were like, oh, man, 4th and 1, 5 seconds left. We're on the 2-yard line, and I got to pick cotton. Is that what you were dreaming about? Probably not. Probably dreaming about throwing the winning touchdown pass or running the winning touchdown pass in, and shit like that. But no, it's a plantation. Oh, and look at that sad widow face. You ever see anybody in the NFL combine with a sad look on their face? No, they're probably happy as shit because they're trying to get signed for a bunch of money and be famous. So I don't see any sad faces. Same thing. These are the same. That GM, that head coach, that scout is the same as this guy right here, this boss hog.
Come on, who wants this? 700. Where we go now?
And this is what he wants to get back into. He's depicting this as a slave auction, but he wants to get back into the slave auction. Somebody explain it to me right now. I'm going to scour the comment section for a good explanation. because I don't have one. I don't know a good explanation for this. This is the first time in history. This is the first time in history that the slave came back. Like the slave plantation, the NFL. You know, remember Don Johnson from Django Unchained. Dale Jackson, don't come here with your reason and your common sense. Guess what Dale Jackson had the nerve to say? What about the white people that go through the same thing? Damn it, Dale. There's no place for facts. There were no white slaves ever in the history of mankind, remember? What about the white people that go through the same thing? Take your logic elsewhere, Mr. Jackson. Cheyenne Maxwell. No way Colin is half black. He is. He looks like Swiss Beats. But he is. So this is the first time that they're sitting, drinking their sweet tea. Girl, bring me another glass of sweet tea. Like I was saying the other day, I was telling that boy, Negro, you come here. Wait a minute. What's that there? What's that cloud of dust in the distance? Looks like it's headed this way. What the hell is that? Boy, go see what that is right there. Is that a Negro coming back? Well, I thought I seen it all. Wait a minute. Usually the niggers are running the other way. There's a Negro coming back? Come over here, boy. What you want? Yes, sir, boss. I made it off the plantation, boss. They ran me off the plantation, but I want to come back. Please, sir, put me back in chains, sir. Wait a minute, boy. Let me get this correct. Let me get this straight, boy. You telling me that you made it off of the plantation? You got your freedom, boy. And now you want to come back? You know what we do here, don't you? We poke and we prod and we examine you, boy. We're establishing a power dynamic. Some might say, boy. You know, we're going to beat you. We're going to knock you down every chance we get, boy. You sure you want to deal with that? Huh? You Negro. Yes, boss. I want to come back to the plantation, boss, please. Put the shackles on my ankles, boss. Put them on my wrists. Put them around my neck, sir. Just let me back. Please, sir. That's right, J. Poe. I was just playing, boss. I didn't mean it, sir. Please. Well, all right, boy. I'll let you come back, but the next time you make it off the plantation, I'm not going to be so welcoming, boy. Only in America. Only in America will you have somebody come back to a plantation that they made a show about. Colin made a show about that. Call me cray. I don't get it. I thought slaves wanted to be free. This bar is crazy. This nigga want to come back. I never seen nothing like that before in my life. Silverback, thank you again. Look at you with the double dip. Thank you, man. No, thank you, man. Yeah, man, Kaep is such a mark. Him and people wanting manufactured struggle are wild. Also, just followed your IG. Latest. That's all right. You're there now. And it was cool to see you at Comic-Con with Rippaverse. Yeah, man, Eric July is hella cool. Hopefully we can, do some cross-pollination. I can be on his shit. He can be on my shit. That'd be great. But he's a cool dude. Him and his whole team, everybody was cool as shit. Dean Cain, awesome people. Silverback, I see you called him a Mark, so you must be from California, because only people in California call somebody a Mark. I still use that. A Mark-ass Mark. Trick-ass Mark, dog-ass Mark. Yeah, that's how you know a real Californian. Dude, a Mark. I love it. Oh, Shiza. So, I will be doing my Jason Aldean reaction. It turns out there was a development. It looks like he removed the BLM footage from his video. Bow. Hopefully he did not bend his knee. I'll check that out, but I'll be doing that reaction video. And a couple things I didn't get to that I wanted to today, but maybe I'll do a video about those. Remember, viewer funded. Hit that Linktree link. Do what you can. Stick your hand all the way up inside your generosity and see what comes out. And also, you want to send something to me through the snail mail, letters, and whatnot. All kinds of cool shit people send to me. My shelves are littered with it. P.O. Box 806, Olive, like olive oil, Olivehurst, California, 95961-9998. If you go into the Linktree, you'll see it. I appreciate you guys. What a great show this was. I'll be doing it again tomorrow. And then after this, I'll be here again with my man Gian for Stop the Fuckery. Like my dad would say, going to be busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Oh, hold on. Can't get out of here yet because somebody's being nice again. My man, Spunbearing 65. Thank you for the Hamilton. Colin can't wad like he did with the chains on. He's done for. Nobody's ever going to take that jackass. John, hold on a second. I'll get to you, John. Nobody's taking that jackass on their team. He's more of a cancer than a quarterback. He's going to bring more negative attention. Nobody's going to be paying attention to the play on the field. All the players are going to be constantly asked about, it's Colin Kaepernick. What's it like? And then if he does good, they're going to all they're going to be asked about is Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick, and if he does bad, all they're going to do is ask him about Colin Kaepernick. So they're screwed either way. Quantum, the thumbnail was clickbait. No, it wasn't. I did talk about the aliens. Anywho, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. You were great. I was great. We were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty quies. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.